Welcome to LOGO Jugnu training videos. After watching this video you will be able to understand GST configuration in Jugnu, how GST is calculated in Jugnu, and how it will reflect in the transactions. In order to get the GST calculated for a particular transaction, the material should be tagged with the respective GST rates. To attach GST rates, go to Material Management, Definitions, then Materials. Here we will create a new material. Add description. Then we will attach GST rates. The system is preloaded with all the GST rates in India. We can also update it or create new one. We will select the GST rate according to the product and save it. For GST to be calculated for a particular transaction of an organization, the organization start date should be before the GST implementation start date. In order to check the start and end date of an organization, go to Admin module. Here we will select the company. Then right-click. Go to Periods. Here we can see the start and end date of that company. Here the company start date is before the GST start date. In order to check the start date of GST, go to Material Management, Definitions, then GST Definition. Select the GST rate and then we can see the start date for that particular GST. Now we will make a purchase invoice for the same material where we have attaches the GST rate. For this go to Purchase Management, Transactions, and Purchase Invoice. And create a new purchase invoice. Here select Organization Unit, Warehouse. And then select ARAP. In order to calculate GST, it is mandatory that the ARAP state and country are required. Now attach same material where we have tagged the GST rate. Add the quantity and the unit price. Here we can see that the GST is calculated. It is because the GST start date is after organization start date. In the previous scenario, the organization start date was before the GST start date. Now in this scenario the GST start date is before the organization start date. Now we will attach GST rates to the material. For this go to Material Management module, Definition. Then Materials. Here we will select the material. And then we will update with the new GST rate. Here for this GST definition, the GST start date is before the organization start date. Next we will make a transaction for the same material on the purchase side. For this go to Purchase Management module, Transaction, and Purchase Invoice. Here we will again create one new purchase invoice. Add Organization Unit and Warehouse. And then attach AR or AP. Now we will add the same material whole row we have updated the GST rate. And add the quantity and the unit price. Here we can see that GST is not calculated. It is because the GST start date is before the organization start date. So in order for GST to be calculated for any particular transaction, the GST start date should be after organization start date. That's all from GST definition part. Thank you for watching our video.